Hey folks, it's Lindsey Hellison with SPS back in the building over at Randolph Career Technical High School with the Detroit Public Schools Community District Media Day. That's right, football is in effect, and I'm sitting here with one of the veterans in the football game, coaching staff that is, his head coach, Jimmie Macon, representing for Central High School going into his 31st season.
Correct.
Coach, you know where all the bodies are buried at, man.
Oh, yes.
So you probably buried some too, huh?
Exactly. I buried some, buried coaches, seen many of them, the greats, and all throughout my career.
Wow.
I'm alumni of Detroit Central.
Yeah.
Also played football for, Detroit Central.
Through and through.
PSL. Went to Jackson State University.
Oh, man, you kept it blue all the way through, huh?
I bleed blue.
Yeah, all the way. What does it mean to come out for this media day with the PSL? What was that like for you and your guys?
It was very exciting this year. We brought out a lot of guys, throughout the past. We had COVID that blocked a lot of our opportunities for having this day. Also, last year was real slow and not moving the way it was, but today seems exciting. Looking forward to our league building, as far as going stronger, and I'm just waiting for a great season this year.
That's going to be great, man. How many young men did you bring with you today?
I brought 4 today.
Talk about these guys and what makes them outstanding enough for you to bring them out to media day.
Yes, I brought out Carlos White, who's been a 4-year starter for me. He's been playing very well and very exceptional. He has many offers right now, and he got some strong Division I's really looking at him.
Oh, great.
So he got a big, strong upside, kept his grades up, 3.1 GPA, and, just excited to see him just flourish and be the leader he is and moving forward in it.
Mm-hmm. That's great that you got guys like that. Anybody else you want to highlight?
Also, Darian Polk, who's he's a transfer student that came over, good quarterback, solid, strong arm strength.
You got a quarterback transfer in?
Yes, I did. I did.
Man.
Unfortunately, he moved down the street from Central, so it was a blessing for us.
Yeah, right there in your lap, huh?
Yes.
That's great.
The good thing about him, he's real intelligent, good arm strength, reads well, always consistent as far as being, dedicated to the game itself. And I think he'll be a great field general for us at Central High School this year.
That's great having that, too. Coach, a number of issues I'll be talking about. One thing in particular is mental health. We have the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network has been a great partner for SPS. 31 years, you can tell some stories about the arc of mental health and what it's been like coaching young men and, young women by being around the campus and everything. But what does mental health mean to you and your guys right now in 2023?
Well, mental health is very strong, man. People don't realize, even back when I played, we just ignored it.
That's what Coach Rushing was saying earlier.
What you got to look at is that you got to know that it takes someone to just stress out or just go away or just do the wrong things at times, and we not knowing it because it was bad behavior within their process of it. But you got to kind of like look at it, tweak it, correct it, move with them, try to just keep them informed on what it is that you got somebody that care for them. Because a lot of people, when they don't feel someone love them, they just fall apart. That's just like a bad relationship. You take the relationship and it goes away. You don't know it's a hard feeling, from it. So it's mental when it's all about no one's teaching you about what can you do to correct those behaviors.
Yeah, you said that earlier. Because of what they did throughout the process, we have issue with them because they may have acted out in a way. But you're saying don't focus on what they did, focus on why they did it.
Exactly. And then what you can do when you focusing on why they did it, now you can help them with steps, and you help them, progress as far as
take a lot of patience, Coach.
Oh yes. Well, at times it do, because when I first started this game was no patience. But now the tolerance has to be 0, but it also has to be honest and fair with the young men and women today. Because you can't just exclude anyone. In the process of it. So I try to do my best, man, to make sure everybody's being loved, cared, knowing that I'm there for them as much as I can possibly be. I did get a little bit older and stressed out, but I still move around pretty good to be as old as I am. I'll be 58 this Saturday.
Good, man, but you always at the spots. Everywhere I'm at, you there doing it. A new thing is being introduced to the conversation now for high school athletes. They talk about NIL. I was just at the Capitol, and they're talking about having these discussions about that. What is it like coaching young men who are high school age who are looking at or involved in NIL conversation?
Well, the great thing about that is really deserving for them. It teaches them entrepreneurship. It teaches them their brand of themselves. It gives them motivation to see what they have to do as far as making sure that they can sell themselves, but also, be in an environment of back in the AD times, when they had to sell the kettle or, they had to trade out shirts and stuff like that. That was their fair trades on something as far as, media. Yes. So when you look at that, you look at now today, the kid, if he can show that he can really, brand himself, he can be a great guy for his life itself.
That's good. Well, it's good to hear that you have that mindset. What I've been doing with my organization is a 3-part series: NIL, the portal, and mental health, a cautionary tale. And it kind of goes back to what we saw with Ja Morant. When you get a young man who becomes the baby, ends up having more money than anybody else in the household.
Correct.
And what that does to the dynamics and how you got to deal with that.
Well, it's going to be the household parenting, and it's also going to be whether it's grandparents or whoever. Everybody got to be a part of that, that process.
What about the kid that want to talk to the coach crazy because he just got a bag?
Well, then you got to fix his attitude, his character, and you got to rebuild him all over. You got to be, spare the child, spare the rod, spoil the child.
That's a fine line to walk because they're doing it as if they can't go nowhere because they're so special. But you're saying, look, we got a fine line to walk here, and I'm just giving a hypothetical situation.
I mean, it's also, success can be destroyed early or it can be destroyed later. And when sometimes people think that they got to go through, getting something immediately, they don't know that temptation is gone quickly.
Yeah.
So you want to let them know, and what you got to do is pretty much give them research, teach them for what it is, for the fundamentals to build their character and have the, so they won't have a bad mindset.
That's wisdom, Coach. I love what you're doing. Anybody you want to give me special shout outs to before we let you get out of here?
Shout out to Miss T, Coach Thomas' wife, my mom and dad who's passed away. I love those guys.
Tell your mother and father's name.
Jimmie Macon Sr. and Roberta Macon.
Okay, God bless
And the
them.
good thing behind that, I had Coach Thomas, Miss Thomas. I went and seen her a while back. That's my old high school coaches, just as well as David L. Sneed, who was the superintendent.
Shout out to Dr. Sneed.
So, my man.
I always show me love as a young kid. I appreciate him for that.
So,
shout out to Dr. Sneed if you see this, man.
Dr. Sneed, baby, love you. Well,
Hey, it's always a pleasure. You're always here, not just, for the show, but for the community, and I always appreciate you for that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, with that being said, Lindsey Allison with SPS, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Have a great day. Linwood.